We're also notified on Twitter too, so we're all good.
Yep, the Geek Fighter's alive.
Yep.
And
So
Twitter is on, and face. Yep.
we all good. So
So let me
yeah.
redo the Geek Fighter's Facebook. You're the man to talk about with this stuff. So
Okay.
go right on
I
here, bro.
was about to ask. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special episode of Ikaricast Live. We do these rarely, but something that me and this guy over here want to talk about for quite some time. Join me as always is first off, I'm 60-Bit Chef, co-founder of the Geek Fighters, and join me as always is the founder and head honcho of the group, Ikaricast.
Hey, everybody.
And today
You
is
know it's ghetto when I'm streaming.
yes, yeah. Once again, sorry for delay, guys. Technical issues going to the software streaming that we use consistently. So, apologies in advance. But yeah, today is nothing but DC news. Some comics, some live action. A little bit potpourri. Wouldn't you say, Jer?
Yeah, actually, it's good. It's good that I'm streaming. That way, you can look up the news on your end.
Yeah.
That if you want refreshers,
Right.
it works out anyways. That's what I'm saying.
Right. No, of course. So, since we have a plethora of news, which do you feel like you want to talk about first?
DC is a comics company. Let's go with the comics first, and then work our way up to the TV and all that.
Okay, so basically the infamous issues, respectively, that came out of both Batman as well as the first issue of Heroes in Crisis,
Yes.
which, funny enough, are written by the same guy, Tom King. So yeah, let's get right into that. First off, Batman issue 55. For those who don't know, it's a start of a new arc where the dynamic duo of both Batman and Nightwing reunite again. So for a looks like to be a classic caper, doing the usual stuff, and Nightwing's being his usually pun-filled stuff, and Batman's being Batman.
Brooding Batman, yeah.
And we see a return of a character that we thought was killed off during the New 52, and that was actually KG Beast. And the whole transition of this comic, which I will say, even though I was miffed about the ending, I did like I love the transition of how they switched back from the perspectives of both Batman and Robin and their side of the story to KG Beast's side of the story of what he was going to do, which does happen at the end. So spoilers, even though this is a week old, you've been warned. So Batman and Robin rendezvous with Commissioner Gordon for a supposed new case in regards to a villain I think is called Napkin Man or something like that.
Napkin Man.
Probably a Z-less villain. Who knows? You know what I mean?
I steal your napkins.
On Kite Man, for all we know.
I am a minor inconvenience.
Yeah. But sure, you forgot one. We already have one. His name is Condiment King. And yes, you can check on Google. That's an actual Batman villain.
I steal your mustard. It's mine.
Yeah, Condiment King for your Orange Lanterns, I see. Makes perfect sense. I can definitely see him being buddy with Flar Fleas. But also, all joking aside, the issue ends with apparently the death of Nightwing, because it looks like this whole thing that was built up towards the end, the assassination that KG Beast was going to pull apparently was Nightwing. Now I know why a lot of people are pissed, and
especially me. I've been telling you about this for weeks,
and I'm assuming I can't imagine how pissed our buddy Luke.
Oh,
is.
Luke, especially Luke.
Triply, especially since his name is based off the character.
If I'm especially, then you're double especially.
Exactly.
Oh, speaking of, you need to RT the Geekfire suite you made.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
but yes.
What was the track we were on?
Oh yeah, not at the end of Batman 55. I understand why people are extreme and I get their anger, but they need to realize that I wish fans had the same wait and see approach that me and 99.5% you do. You know what I mean? In regards to a storyline, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because this is still an ongoing story. And like I told you before we went live, it's been confirmed that Nightwing / Dick Grayson isn't killed because he does. Because I do remember that Benjamin Percy did tease that there was going to be disability that Nightwing was going to gain in the coming issues. So I don't think he was teasing his arc. I think he was teasing the ramifications of what happened in this current arc that started with 55 for Tom King's story. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And another thing, I know that Dick isn't dead, and I hate to break it to you, we might be getting a darker book than expected, is because the guy who's succeeding current writer, Benjamin Percy, which, if you haven't read his Green Arrow run, either from New 52 or DC Rebirth, it is an absolute must. Can't say for his Nightwing run yet, but all that aside. The guy to take over Benjamin Percy's run of Nightwing after he leaves is none other than current writer for Red Hood and the Outlaws, or now known as Red Hood Outlaw, Scott Lobdell.
Lobdell. Yeah. It's a weird name.
It is Lobdell.
But yeah, Red Hood. Now, Red Hood and the Outlaws was the one that I remember that people didn't like at first, and then it started growing.
But it gradually got better in time.
Yeah.
Like when it started in the New 52, it was utter trash. But
Yep.
as the book progressed with different, runs like Red Hood and Arsenal, when it progressed more and more to where it is now with Red Hood and the Outlaws, once more with Red Hood, Bizarro, and Artemis. It's been a phenomenal book, and seeing him taking the mantle of Nightwing now, I'm really curious to see how this is going to affect Dick as a character. You know what I mean? Is he going to become an amnesiac? Is his personality going to be suited more towards Bruce, where he loses that lightness that he had? It's going to be an interesting take. You know what I mean? And I understand why people are pissed about that, because it is a knee-jerk reaction. We can all agree to that, right?
Yep.
Because that's how it counts. Because let's be blunt, it's not only DC's fault; it's Marvel's too.
Oh yeah.
This is how the comics industry is made, just by overall knee-jerk reactions. You know what I mean?
Yep. Big time.
I think the reason why I'm not mad in regards to this supposed death and the deaths we're gonna go into with the Fallen comic, which was released as well this month, being Heroes in Crisis #1. Is the fact that these fans should have known better that things were going to eventually get darker and darker. Why is that? Why, you may ask? Well, it's quite simple. What other event is currently going on? Doomsday Clock.
Yep. Which, by the way, that's another news. Yeah.
Yes, it is, and we're going to go into that, but I want to make
eventually.
These two comics before we jump into that, you know what I mean? But, well, I want your honest opinion, Jerry, because you're like me. You're a huge comics fan in regards to the big four, regarding Marvel, DC, Valiant, and Image. Well, you being more of a Marvel guy, you still love DC.
Oh yeah. Well, nowadays I love DC's comics more.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
But yeah, I am more. Yeah.
Yeah, but when we go back 2 years to the initial announcement of Rebirth. And I want your honest opinion. Did it feel more of a promise or another planned branch into what they actually have planned going forward? When specifically talking about Rebirth.
I feel like Rebirth was sort of like an emergency action they pulled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, because honestly, I feel like what's currently going on is still the Rebirth plan. You know what I mean? Because I think they're building up to the optimistic nature and lightness that we've known about DC characters for generations. You know what I mean? Because I feel like after a lot of people feel like that Heroes in Crisis is the actual Crisis. I disagree.
No,
and we're getting more to it in regards to Doomsday Clock. With how much is currently going on since issue 1 with that event, I feel like that's the actual Crisis event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring more to that because, Crisis is, there's one particular hero that always gets knocked off during a Crisis event, funny enough. But yeah, like, I can understand why people are pissed, but I'm a wait and see approach of where this whole thing goes. You know what I mean? Because it could be anything. I don't think they're gonna kill off Nightwing. And I'm hoping with what Stan DiDio stated, I hope he is a changed man. Because you and I both know, as comic fans, This is a character that he has wanted to kill off for 2 decades straight.
Yeah, that's why he has like a murder boner for Nightwing.
He does. I don't know why.
Like every time, I'm like, because I keep asking you every time I see Nightwing die in a different medium. I'm like, why does this keep happening?
And that's why I was
And
having
you
to correct.
guys say Didio.
Yeah, in comics, in other media, it's the people in charge of WB for some stupid reason. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing, and this is the thing I never liked about DC in regards to film. They don't have the same transparency that Marvel Studio does, sadly, with Disney. You know what I mean? You know, like, it's not that DC has a choice to call it shots. It's actually WB and just a couple notes from DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think that's one of the biggest issues with the DCU, but that's a different topic for another discussion. You know what I mean?
Yep, I get you.
Like completely. Well, maybe not. No, because we do have some DC film news that we're going to. But Batman 55, like the pacing was good. It was really good as like a noir setup, which I did like. But the outcome, I'm more of a wait and see guy. Like most people who have like a tendency to go like have a knee jerk reaction. That's my impression. What's your impression, Jerry, with issue 55 from what I explained?
I feel like there's gonna be something bigger showing up. I agree with you there. That one's Tom King too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he works better with stuff like this.
Okay, so that was basically
Although
55.
Batman, although again, I think he works even better with what you're gonna talk about next.
Yes, because you know I was going to bring up. I mean, I agree. Now we're going to go into the Maxi series debut of Heroes in Crisis.
And stop killing Nightwing.
And yeah, speaking of killed beloved characters, there was another two beloved characters that were killed off. One that's highly been beloved for, I would argue, for 30 years. And another that is beloved, but not as beloved as the character that also was knocked off in this issue. Okay, so to wrap up, anyone expecting that there's going to be a twist ending like what happened with 2016's doozy of a comic event that was freaking Marvel's Secret Empire?
Secret War, Secret Empire, Secret Invasion.
But
yeah, Marvel has a fetish for that.
They do, but here's the thing. You remember when the EIC at the time, Axel Alonso said there wasn't going to be a, and not a twist ending, but what's it called?
Shocking.
A cop out ending.
Oh, yeah.
When they in fact did pull a cop out at the end.
Yep.
I honestly feel like for the time being, there won't be a cop out ending for this story. Here's the reason why. Before I will spoil who dies the first issue. Okay, Jerry, you remember the current big Flash event that happened this summer called Flash War, right?
Yeah.
Where both Barry Allen and Wally West were fighting because of being manipulated by a returning old school villain that you and I both know, Professor Zoom.
Yep. Well, of course.
It was the
second Reverse Flash, yeah.
Reverse Flash, yeah. The one that's more like if Eobard Thawne is Barry's main Flash, then Professor Zoom is
Wally's
main Flash.
Yep.
Let me tell you, you want to see some messed up stuff he's done to Wally, then just read the Mark Waid one of the comic. Seriously, he says some messed up stuff to him. But going back to it, at the end of the war, the vibe of where they were running frequency-wise, both Barry, Wally, as well as Professor Zoom, they ran so fast that they literally split not only the Speed Force, but the other forces that inhabit the DC universe to a point that time travel is a no-go for the foreseeable future. Like, that is out of the question.
Yeah.
Like, I'm being serious. Like, what happens at the end of Flash War, where time travel was a thing, that's no longer a thing.
No longer able to, because you said you got split.
Yeah, because in the sense, like, it got split in the sense that I got fractured. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So for the foreseeable future in the DCU, time travel's a no-go. So basically, Barry or Wally or whoever's a speedster can no longer, go back and forth between time or different time periods. So what happened in this issue, I think, is going to be permanent, sadly. And that is the death of not only Arsenal, Roy Harper,
Yep.
formerly known as Red Arrow back in the
Red
day.
Arrow. Mr. I took drugs.
Actually, that was a joke. The way that Tom King wrote it was actually not as somber, but really, it really pulled at your heart, dude. Like that's one thing I gotta give Tom King that I said before, and I said again before, spoiling every hero, but I think Heroes in Crisis issue 1 shows that he's a better writer when it comes to maxi series events.
Yes.
Or just regular 6-issue series events compared to a complete run. You know what I mean? But the other hero that tragically was killed in the first issue of Heroes in Crisis was Wally West, second generation of the Flashes.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, he'll be the third because the OG was
Oh yeah, that's right.
freaking
Helmet Head.
Jake Garrick.
Yeah, Jake Garrett. Garrick or Garrett?
Garrick.
That's weird. Then again, I forgot. We'll get to the one with what's it called? The other big crossover.
Oh yeah,
Doomsday Clock. Yeah, we'll get to that because you mentioned Golden Age. There's another Golden Age that happened there.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. That made me go, holy crap. In all seriousness, yeah, especially the character, not the character, but just the pantheon of heroes that this particular character is aligned to.
Yeah.
Of how big of a fan I am, that made me shocked. So that spooked me, as like we used to be like saying in group. But yeah, like the deaths of both Roy Harper and Wally West. I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed, but it's the same thing. And you can see it more with Heroes in Crisis because I feel like Heroes in Crisis, in a way, is a red herring of a crisis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the actual crisis, more of a prelude to the actual crisis that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. You're right. It feels like there's something bigger. This is just a setup.
Exactly. So you understand where I'm coming from.
Especially with because DC is not the only one that does this.
Oh. Anyone in this industry is guilty of doing it, yeah.
Valiant had a recent one, Eternity or Divinity, one of them, where, yeah, it started off thinking, this is the bad guy, this is the real... Nope! At the end, you're like, nope, it's a real bad guy. Later on. Valiant likes doing that, too.
Oh, yeah. Now just to tail dive for a second, did that work for Valiant, or was it...
It was hit or miss.
Okay.
Some liked it, some didn't.
Okay, so it was divisive, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good to know.
Especially Eternity.
Okay.
Although Divinity I liked because it actually just now, like, Divinity was a couple years ago. Eternity is the current one. Divinity was a couple years ago, and I was like, but now it's being worked its way back into XL Manowar. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
The current XL Manowar is going back to that crossover from a couple years ago.
Right.
And Jeff sent me
No, that was Kyle.
You are Jeff. Oh, Kyle sent me something, and I already saw that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, send him a message saying to retweet us.
Yeah, I definitely won't.
Jerry said it on stream, so. Yeah, we were talking about. You said you were mentioning how it feels like something bigger on the horizon.
Yes.
So what do you think it is?
So, in regards to now we're in Heroes in Crisis. Now the back and forth that people are assuming, and it's been set up in the first issue, that either Harley Quinn or Booster Gold was the killer.
I don't think it's Booster Gold. I don't know.
I don't think it's either, because here's the thing: it wouldn't make sense for
Harley
either
makes more
Gold.
sense, but even her, yeah.
Sort of sense, but at the same time, she's been being written more and more as a hero these days.
She has been. Yep, she has been.
So, I think what happened is because, and I know people are be pissed, especially on Tumblr, but I could give a rat's behind, honestly.
Especially about Tumblr.
Especially Tumblr, because no one cares about Tumblr, and no one should.
I literally only go there to post my art. That's it.
Yeah, that's yeah. But I think Poison Ivy was the one who became the villain again.
Poison Ivy, huh?
Because Ivy
now she is a villain, but like her going. You think she's smart enough to pull this?
Yes, because she does have powers to manipulate people and to mind control.
Yeah, that's right, with the pheromones and all that.
Well, it'll be weird too, but at the same time, because there was an arc that happened before the whole, Batman Catwoman marriage that was supposed to happen in issue 50 called Everyone Loves Ivy, where she found a way to mind control the entire planet through I think it was through like vegetables and that type of stuff, like being consumables, those type of things. You know what I mean? But it was retconned at the end of that arc where she wasn't the one that killed the it was either the guards or police officers when she was talking to Riddler at the end of during a war jar, which was War of Jokes and Riddles. The first big event that happened from Tom King.
Yeah.
It was retcon saying that it wasn't her that killed them, but it was really Riddler. And with that, she found out she basically cracked and was sent to not an asylum like Arkham, but something more of a rehabilitation clinic called Sanctuary, which was this is what the entire
Sanctuary. That's right. Is. That's where that's like a mental health place for heroes. Yeah.
That was actually established and created by by the Trinity.
Yeah. And it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to have. What are they? Robots?
Yeah,
and they have like Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman's traits. Yeah, so they could.
Yeah, they have.
Which is a neat idea.
It is, but you know what the sad thing is? You know what the sad thing is, dude?
Yeah.
I reread the first issue. And I didn't realize that the two parental robots.
Yeah.
Were modeled after Ma and Pa Kent.
That's a neat touch.
It is, but it must be heartbreaking too, because as we found out in finding up another first issue for Doomsday, which we'll get into a bit, but in this continuity, Ma and Pa died.
Yeah.
Like in the rebirth era of the DC universe, continuity.
Yep.
So it's kind of like Superman goes for the freaking ringer in the first issue alone. You know what I mean? Because there was an unknown hero called Hotspot, and he had this catchphrase, and Superman couldn't even remember what the catchphrase was. But it's just like,
oh wow.
Just to clarify more, it's just like this is the King I like when he's more focused, when he's more like literally when he's more focused on a maxi series. He brings out his A game. I'm not saying that he doesn't bring out his A game when he does, like, say, like the current run he's doing for Batman. Because there are some damn good moments in his run. You know what I mean? But I think there's more pressure from editorial that makes him.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring that up about editors. Yeah, the editors are what I think push him in the right or wrong direction. And when it comes to solo series, like you said, like I guess they push him more in the wrong direction.
I mean, to bring this across, if Grant Morrison,
I can see the chat by the
way. If Grant Morrison basically called editors in freaking Final Crisis and compared them to damn vampires, that should be saying a lot.
Yep. And hey, Double R, no Gavos.
Don't worry, we know better than you.
He said it, but.
And yes, I was the one that said it, not Jerry. But yeah, like Harrison Crisis, like I can understand the backlash, but at the same time, this is what ticks me off about fandom these days. As I even joked on Twitter a couple of hours ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's 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 automatic reactionary. They don't think like you or I do. You know what I mean? Like, because here's the thing that me and Jerry do.
Double R said, "Say what now?"
We'll talk about more.
Hey, no Gabos, remember, so we can't.
Yeah,
no Gabos.
But it's a sad thing where me and Jerry over here, we wait until like an entire issue's done, like an entire arc's done, or entire season's done to get the full grasp of what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we too are reactionary, but we are in the same mindset of like, we'll wait until the story's finished to get the full picture.
Yeah.
And I
that's a big thing. You're right. To get the full picture.
In regards to
exactly.
Like Tom King, because Tom King is a writer like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's the cops coming for Tom King.
Or who knows? Probably was Dan DiDio breaking his promise.
Finally. Get that murderer for killing Nightwing.
But seriously, like, Tom King is one of those writers. And it's kind of funny because Grant Morrison is kind of the same way too, even though he's more crazier. They're thinking more over the horizon than step by step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where normal writers, whoever Marvel, DC, go like step A, B, C, D. These writers, specifically Tom King and Grant Morrison, are thinking from A way over the back to Z of their entire arc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the problem because here's the thing: I'm not the biggest fan of his run on Batman, but I'm not going to be that judgmental until every 100 issues completely.
Double R said, "Yes, Tom King, you're going to jail for what you did to Nightwing."
Oh, you missed out a good discussion when we talked about Nightwing, dude. But it'll be archived so you can listen to it, which is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Heroes in Crisis, it's not my favorite because that goes to an issue that also came out this week that I thought was a heck of a lot better. But if I have to say, if that issue that we're gonna jump into right now is my comic of the year, this issue of #1 Heroes in Crisis is a close second, no joke.
Is that good, huh?
Well, because it has a great build-up, and that's what you should do with a first issue, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because the beautiful thing I like, and this is what I like about Tom King, this is what I want to see from a DC writer, like a noirish mystery take, you know what I mean? And this is what I feel like what I'm getting from Heroes in Crisis, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know who the actual killer is, you don't know if the murders we saw actually happened or didn't happen, you know what I mean?
I'm nodding my head even though you can't see me, I don't know why.
It reminds me, funny enough.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do, but I do.
I'm nodding my head even though.
Okay. You remember the prelude to Infinite Crisis which was the All Right Identity Crisis?
Yeah.
If this is a prelude to Doomsday Clock, this is a better Crisis prelude than what Identity was a decade ago.
Funny enough, we're gonna get to Doomsday Clock, Double R. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like
Jeez.
that's basically, I agree. It's basically Dr. Manhattan just did, yeah. Matter of fact, since we want to finish before 7, any final thoughts on this? Or you want to go to Doomsday Clock?
We'll go right into Doomsday Clock.
Yes. Yeah. So, spoilers. Obviously, we've been talking about spoilers, but since people are here now, spoilers.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Especially this one. Okay, so first off, the gang that are Mime and her lover. I forget what her lover's name is, but Mime, her lover, the new Rorschach, and Osmondius have finally found Dark Manhattan in this issue. And yeah, there was some big revelations in this issue.
Oh yeah. Which
I think this is issue 7 of a 12 limited series, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
And it's bi-monthly, so it's not.
Now it's bi-monthly.
It's every other month now.
It would be finishing off around this time, summer/fall, right?
Yeah. So you have to wait every 2 months now.
Ugh, that must be a pain, but yeah, to get back to the issue, Yeah, Dr. Manhattan was finally found. The way that he found it was that cat-like pet that Ozymandias had in the original Watchmen that was killed along with supposedly Dr. Manhattan near the end of Watchmen's climax.
I actually
Apparently,
barely remember it.
apparently he made a clone of that, and due to that clone having some sort of remnant of Manhattan's DNA, he has his powers within him that he can actually be used as like a beacon to find Manhattan.
Huh.
So the way he uses that pet and a known relic in DC lore known as the Green Lantern battery.
Yep.
It's just not any battery. It was the battery that was supposed to belong to former GSA member and OG GL Alan Scott.
Alan Scott, which also goes to show since I just want to mention this because I barely talk about the lore of DC because you know more, but
Yeah.
no Alan Scott meant no J. You just said JSA, no JSA.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder what like
Well, no,
where
I'm
Matt
telling the
had
viewers.
confirmed.
I'm telling
Like
the
we
viewers.
were
They said
suspecting this
there's now no JSA.
exactly, but we've been suspecting this since the launch of that issue of Rebirth all those years ago, back in 2016. We supposed and theorized that he had something to do with the change of the DCU that went right into the New 52. We finally got confirmation because remember Alan Scott was injured and and was saved by becoming the Green Lantern in the OG run, and as well as if I recall correctly, the same happened in Earth 2 of the New 52 run, where the the new Alan Scott of the 52 Earth 2 was gay. You know that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
That one I was referring to. It's the same origin as the original is what I'm getting at, but due to Manhattan's interference, because in his mind, no one should have it.
The Green Lantern back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I think
Does that mean he's gonna stop Hal Jordan too? Like
that's a good question because it is a good question because you just realized you just made me realize something. That upcoming run of the Green Lantern relaunch with Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp called The Green Lantern that has Hal Jordan.
Yep.
That's coming out in a couple months in December. Does that have anything tied to what we just found out in issue 7 of Doomsday Clock, or is this something completely different that's going to be revealed later down the road? That's a good thing you brought up, dude. But yeah, there was a lot else that was founded out, like the fact that the revelation that funny enough, Ozymandias, he didn't have cancer at all. He was faking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like Ozymandias,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
So whoever wrote that was actually on point with his character, but wow.
But which was funny enough, Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns. JJ, even though it's G. GJ. Good job. GJ, good job.
But also another revelation too is that the new Rorschach, which spoilers, is actually the son. Okay, you remember the psychiatrist that was evaluating and trying to help Walter Kovacs, i.e., the original Rorschach when he was in prison.
Yep.
The psychiatrist that was trying to help Kovac and hear his story when he was leaving, saying, "There's no way I can help this man." The son. That is the son of a psychiatrist that tried to help Rorschach. He's the new Rorschach.
Oh.
And what he found out, thinking that his mother and father died in a love embrace due to the climax of what happened in the original Watchmen.
Yeah.
The whole weird squid thing. I don't care what people say. That's just
Psychic
stupid.
Squid was dumb. Yeah. Psychic Squid. That's one thing. The movie actually made that.
Way better.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what the payment told the brink of what World War almost happened between Russia and the U.S. You know what I mean?
That makes way more sense.
And it fits more with the
Who
tone
knew?
of what Watchmen was, which was supposed to be not dark but grounded.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And there
funny
is a
enough, I
difference
feel like this is something that you and I would have to talk about in another Ikaricast, where comic executives on in the Big Four don't understand the difference between
between
grim,
dark.
dark,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
grounded. I mean,
exactly. There is a difference.
but
Dark versus grounded.
Ozymandias, being the lovable prick that he is, he blatantly told the new Rorschach that where he thought his parents died in a loving embrace at the climax of the original Watchmen, that wasn't the case. Basically, they both died alone and angry
Ugh.
because apparently being so enamored in getting notoriety for doing a case study on Rorschach. Basically, this new Rorschach's father just snapped and didn't care about anything. So yeah, that was a revelation to a point that this new Rorschach said he just snapped and started being the living crap of the Joker. Rightfully so, because let's be blunt, that villain should have been dead years ago.
Yes,
He should have
I
been dead
know.
years.
I know you were talking to me off camera about Red Hood. Yeah, I agree with you there.
But here's the funny thing: at one point, where Joker was at the brink of death, he actually used his own blood and painted a smiley face on Rorschach's mask to a point that he said Rorschach is dead, the new Rorschach, and just took off the mask and just left. That's how broke the character was when he found out that revelation from Ozymandias. But the one I find that really, really made me think about and this is tying back to what we were talking about in regards to these so-called fans and fanboys saying that, oh, DC's broken their promise on Rebirth. I don't think it was an initiative. I think it was a goal to get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the entire thing that we've been going through, with the Rebirth initiative, with New Age of Heroes that's been continuously going on. I think this is the entire point of Rebirth, is not the destination, not the pinpoint, but the goal is to reach to that optimism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because before light, you have darkness. You know what I mean?
Before yeah.
In order to have darkness, you need to have that light to break it. You know what I'm saying, right?
I got you.
But what I'm getting at is this. You remember at one point, like it's near the beginning of Watchmen, where Dr. Manhattan can't see the future because something or some event is interfering his sight into like his perspective into the future. There's a big revelation that even Superman, which is supposed to be the accumulation, the focal point of hopefulness in the DCU, is so pissed that he's ready to kill Dr. Manhattan.
Well, yeah,
I can see it too, but here's the reason why. I think at the end, we're going to find out that Manhattan's doing this intentionally.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Manhattan's going to be the catalyst of the crisis itself.
Now it all comes together. I see what you're getting at now.
That he wants to be killed because where he see that he failed his own world, and to see what the damage he's done in the DCU, thinking that he's done good.
Yeah.
He's going to sacrifice his life to literally restart the universe from scratch. Basically, what I'm saying is this. Expect a reboot of the New 52, but more in line of what it should have been instead of the product we got a decade ago.
Yeah. That makes sense, actually. You got me thinking about that now. That makes a lot of sense, because it's not... Yeah, because some New 52 stuff is still going on. It's kind of a mess right now, so... Yeah. Having this build up to Doomsday Clock, counting down to a true reboot that will hopefully be better.
And I think it will.
Yeah.
I think it will.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like even with the New 52, we did get some good stuff in the New 52. It was just it was unorganized,
Yeah.
which was the main fault of the DC editorial and the guys who were in charge at the point. Not Jeff Johns, even though he was
He was there, but he
not
wasn't in
CFO
charge.
or CEO at the time, but still, you get what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
It was more executive meddling in that regard than sadly with stuff sadly that's happened, but with them having the proper editors and the books that they have right now, with the proper teams of creative writers and artists that they have right now, as well as I honestly feel like both Dan DiDio, especially Dan DiDio's taken to his word that what he said and did 20 years ago is a different man compared to how he is these days.
Definitely.
Because he's doing that, even with what happened with this week's issues of both Batman and Heroes in Crisis, respectfully, even with those aside, we still have been getting damn good comics compared to how he was 20 years ago when he was first given the role of CEO of DC, to be blunt.
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to see a new, but better New 52. The one that we should have gotten back in 2011. Not the one that we did sadly get in 2011. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, the proper reboot, like I was saying.
Yeah.
With actual people who care about the comics and not just executive meddling, like you mentioned. Also mentioned.
I sadly can't see the chat. So, Jerry, does anyone or anything in the chat like to put their 2 cents of what we've been talking about?
No. The last chat was Double R saying talking about this Doomsday Clock.
Okay. But yeah, that's what basically happened in issue 7 of Doomsday Clock, which came out this week. So, since it's a bi-monthly thing, I imagine the next one won't be coming out until November. Issue 8?
Yeah.
Right around November, December, which again still sucks. Yeah. Sadly, it's sadly the case, but if it has to be bi-monthly to actually have a quality book, I'll take it over nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's
for me. Yeah, bi-monthly sound. That's just the art looks good.
But that's what's been currently going on in DC Comics now. As we all know, DC doesn't only do comics these days because they have the entire entertainment branch called DC Entertainment. Well, we got some big news in regards to a upcoming DCU film called Birds of Prey.
Yes. What's going on there?
We got confirmation who's playing not only the Huntress, but also Black Canary.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Sorry about that. Apologies in advance, guys. As you know, this is live.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, exactly. The beauty of live. Oh wait, I forgot to say when we went live to do it like Vin Diesel. We're doing a live.
We can do that next time, dude.
We're doing a live.
I mean, after all, there is a specific event that we're covering that's coming up.
So this is the Geek Fighters, and we're doing a live. Hi, we're doing a live. I was watching this video about like how Vin Diesel's crazy. Yeah, he's like when he goes, he'd be on Facebook doing lives every time, say we're doing a live, and then like one time, did you sneeze? Bless you.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
So one time he went live, he put his phone in his pocket and forgot about it, and he was live the whole time. So people just saw blackness for like 15 minutes till he pulled his phone out of his pocket. And he was like, "Whoops, I was still alive."
You know, I say we are doing it live.
We're doing it live.
But yeah, this is courtesy of comicbookmovie.com, but it originated from Deadline. Okay, so who's playing Huntress is none other than a Fargo and 10 Cloverfield Lane lead actress Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's also known as
Mary Elizabeth, yeah.
Who's also known as from playing
Ramona Flowers and Scott Pilgrim, yeah.
Which I can see, honestly.
She's playing which one, Huntress or
Huntress? Yes.
Okay.
Black Canary will be played by underground actress, and I hope I'm not botching this name, Journey Smollett Bell.
I can't see the name, so I don't know if you're right or wrong. You said she's underground, right? So I guess she's like indie. She's been in indie stuff first. I wouldn't know.
No, it's cool, man. No, yeah.
This is what. Oh, well, I'll have to look it up how she looks.
Oh no, I think you remember her.
Oh,
Okay, you remember? Okay, you remember way back in the day the ABC family sitcoms Full House and Him and Mr. Cooper.
definitely remember Full House. Yes.
You remember Stephanie Tanner's best friend Denise?
Uh huh.
That's the same actress.
Oh wow, wow. I didn't picture her being an action lady, but all right.
Yeah, but she's playing Black Canary.
They have trainers nowadays.
Now, as you all know, in regards to anything comics, whether it's the actual medium itself or media itself, you know the backlash. Because, oh, why would you get a female black actress to play a character named Black Canary? I'm not even joking. I've actually seen that backlash on social. Like, what are your thoughts, dude?
I was well when Black Canary pops in my head, it's a blonde lady, but I mean I'm not ticked, you know. I gotta see her first.
It's just like I wish they were more comic accurate, but if I care more about the actor or actress, I don't give a rat's behind about their ethnicity or their fucking.
I mean, believe it or not, I mean, remember the Daredevil movie?
Yes.
I actually liked Michael as Kingpin.
Who didn't? He was a damn good. You know what? I like the current Kingpin in the
Vincent D'Onofrio, yeah.
I think that Michael Clark Duncan was more terrifying than D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Double R left the chat. He said he didn't leave. He left a chat. He didn't leave the chat.
Right. No, I get that. But I think what I'm trying to explain is that where D'Onofrio is stereotypical fear,
yeah,
I feel like Michael Clark Duncan's embodiment of Kingpin was the definition of fear, if you get what I'm saying.
Double R said the blacklash. Wow. Now, is that a Freudian slip?
That is. That is. But what do you say?
The backlash is from a bunch of racist jerks.
But see, this is the problem that you and I even acknowledge. Like, even though we're in different polar opposite sides, you know, politically, we both have the same mind view that this is stupid.
Yeah.
Like, if we really, like, if you and I truly believe in diversity, it doesn't matter who or whom plays our beloved characters in live action. Like for example, like you remember like going back a month ago in regards to film actress Ruby Rose being announced as for the CW's take on Batwoman.
Oh yeah.
There are actual people in the LGBTQ community, not saying all of it, but a small handful that were pissed, saying that she's not too gay or she's not Jewish.
What?
Yeah. What I'm trying to get at people, and I'm not trying to sound antagonistic, but this shows proof that stupidity has no bounds.
Yeah, it's everywhere. You can find
exactly.
You can find it everywhere. Doesn't matter what side you're on or whatever. You can find it.
I still can't believe that there are some people in this year that are pissed that a black woman is playing a character that has been known mostly in the longevity of comics that the character's from as white and blonde. And who knows? They could probably make her wear a blonde wig. She'll still be blonde. I mean, we've seen freaking African American women have blonde hair. You know what I mean?
Double R said, yet Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger was acceptable, but others who play others of different ethnicity aren't? I'm really disgusted at this world we live in.
So Kyle, even Kyle understands where we're coming from. Like, for example, like as we all know, Henry Cavill is supposedly not coming back as Superman for the future Superman and DCEU films, which while it does suck, one unconfirmed rumor of MBJ supposedly being in the lead, just in the lead, not the confirmation, just in the lead to play Superman, got a knee-jerk reaction from some stupid reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in the camp of MBJ is a good actor. You and I can both confirm this.
Yeah.
Whether it was what was that movie that he was in that freaking that director of Fantastic Four did before he did that movie.
Before
You know that Steadicam movie that was supposed to be a realistic take on superhero movies.
Chronicle.
Chronicle, yes. He was great in Chronicle. He was fun. I forget the character's name that he was in, but the first time I was introduced to him was in HBO's The Wire. My problem with him is nothing to do with his ethnicity or whatever. It's the fact of I don't see him as Superman. I can't. Like there hasn't been a role.
LPH in the chat. He said, yeah, why are we still doing this? Getting mad at races of actors. why are we still doing this?
Because you know what, you just bought fully in slips, Jerry. Here's the hard truth: our lives suck so much we have to focus on others and find enjoyment out of that.
Miserable people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In regards to social media, like social media is supposed to be a positive, good thing, not a detrimental, disgusting, slog that it sadly has been for the last decade. But going back to MBJ, while I don't see him as Superman, there is another movie I can totally see him being a part of the DCU. There's an upcoming Green Lantern movie, right?
Yep.
Well, I can't see him
Green
being
Lantern Corps, right?
Yes, I can totally see him as being a younger Jon Stewart.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because that fits in more of the line of the characteristic of an actor MBJ has. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ah, man, I really want to see that now. Actually,
I
I just pictured it in my head. I'm like, that's cool.
It's better than Tyrese.
Oh God.
You remember that joke we made a year ago?
Yep.
And then Tyrese happened. That's the true downfall of the DCU. And then Tyrese happened.
That man needs to be medicated.
Shout out to Double Toasted.
Yeah.
But yeah, like going back to what I was talking about. Yeah, I'm excited to see both Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Shamel Bell get these roles, and I hope they do a good job. And I really hope this upcoming movie is phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, and while there's no news on who might be playing Cassandra Cain, it was confirmed by Deadline that Renee Matoya, who is the modern Question.
Yep.
It looks like the roles are down to either Justina Machito from One Day at a Time or Roberta Condires. Again, apologies if I butchered these names. From Vita.
Huh.
And there was one more thing to tie in too.
Oh, that is true. Double RPG about MBJ as Adonis Creed in Creed was really good too. Yeah.
Right, but it's just like when you see the characters he's tied to, it's like I don't see him as a Superman character. That doesn't mean I don't see him as a hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we've got a half hour left. What else?
Oh, there was another thing that was brought up. Oh yeah, in regards to us still talking about Birds of Prey, there was also nothing that came up a couple hours after that announcement, and it's tied to the main antagonist, which is Black Mask.
Oh, Black Mask.
Mm-hmm.
First time he's live action, right?
For the very, very first time. Something I've been waiting for years. Sadly, there was actually a third person that we just found out that same night. And it was funny enough, Iron Man 3 actor Sam Rockwell. I'm sorry, I'm Iron Man 2. Sam Rockwell was the
that's why I stood quiet. I was like,
yeah, no, my apologies.
I was like, wait a minute.
But yeah, it looks like at one point he was in running to play Silence.
Uh-huh.
Which is interesting. But the two that looks like it could go either way, and I want you to take on this too, Jerry, is former Obi-Wan actor Ewan McGregor and Charlotte Copey from District 9.
Ewan McGregor as who?
Black Mask.
And the other guy was what?
Charlotte
District 9?
Yeah, you remember that movie District 9 in Elysium?
Uh-huh.
He's mostly a norm for that director in regards to actors. I forget, I always forget the name, but he was supposed to do freaking Alien 5 and Fox happened, but yeah, those are the two that looks like either one of them is gonna be our Black Mask.
I'd go with the second guy.
You go with Chartlow?
Ewan just doesn't seem like the type of villain Black Mask is. I don't know.
I agree with you, but I could also see him coming out with a great performance, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
I mean, they must too. It's just I don't.
Like, I agree with you. Like, it sucks because it's funny how, in regards to Backlash, we should have known better a decade ago when The Dark Knight, before it debuted in theaters, when we had the same knee-jerk reaction when you saw freaking the late oh god, the actor's name that played the Joker in that movie.
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger, thank you. Because you remember back in the day they were making fun of him because he was a cowboy and Brokeback Mountain. Oh, we can't see him because he was in The Knight's Tale. Okay.
And then bam, you get one of the most talked about love Jokers ever.
Exactly. It's like and the same
matter of fact, they did that with Michael Keaton even with the original '89 Batman.
Exactly.
Michael Keaton, that comedian, he can't do Batman.
And we're seeing this again with the upcoming Joker film being filmed with freaking
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Which he looks good to me. He looks like
he looks better than what happened with freaking Suicide Squad. I can tell you that.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that wasn't the actor's fault. Because Jared Leto is a damn good actor. I can prove it.
Matt, I was watching
Blade Runner 2049.
I was watching a movie with Leto. It was a Yakuza movie on Netflix. I forgot what it was called. But Leto did awesome in that. So it wasn't him. Yeah, it wasn't him. Like you're right.
It was the crap script that was written and confirmed to be written in a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
PBS and Justice League was bad. You now understand why I hate Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. But like that's the news we've heard about Birds of Prey, and another thing that just came out today. It looks like and it was semi-confirmed by Miss Weinstein that Mary Elizabeth, not any affiliation to those other Weinsteins. Just want to bring up that.
I'm just like, okay.
The news was that it looks like Batman is not going to be around in Birds of Prey because there's actually a line in the script that said that Batman's been missing or gone from Gotham in over 2 years.
I'm sorry, LPH. He said that the sad part is he actually paid to see Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry, LPH.
So you're saying
I was lucky enough to wait when it was free on paper.
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I feel bad for him that he saw it live. Jeez.
Double R said that he's more for Joaquin Phoenix as Joker.
See, yeah.
But he's saying that Batman is gone for 2 years, so this leads to what you think Affleck is definitely gone.
Yes, because I feel like
it's
Batman,
a way to write him out. Yeah.
by Matt Reeves is gonna be. It's not gonna be like because I don't think what they're doing right now is a complete reboot. It's more of a soft reboot because the DCU isn't done. I actually agree with more of what Razorfist said a couple of weeks ago when the news broke that Henry Cavill was leaving the role of Superman. This isn't the end of the DCEU. This is the end of the DCU era of Zack Snyder's run.
Yeah. They have, so basically to do this, it's kind of messy, but they're basically trying to transition to...
They're kind of like in the same position that, funny enough, Microsoft was in the start of this generation.
Yeah. From Metric to Spencer, yep.
Mm-hmm. It's like people who are in the same boat as us but don't know what actually happened behind the scenes or can't even fathom what happens behind the scenes, they don't properly think... They can't properly think of what actually goes on behind the scenes. They like to think that, it's like that. No, it's not. It takes years.
Yeah, exactly. I'm forced to undo. Double R said Zack Snyder had a messy vision, so it is great that he's not there no more.
But at the same time, it's just like, I agree with Kyle, and I imagine you too as well with him. But at the same
Yeah.
time, it wasn't only Snyder's fault. There was proof that there was executive meddling because of the backlash that was BVS's launch. You know what I mean? And the one thing that DC wanted to do to compete with Marvel, the worst thing that they did, and that was, jump in a frantic conclusion by changing mid-course instead of doing the proper course correction at the end of the first phase. You know what I mean?
LPH said, AKA reboot the DCU.
Yeah, which I think they are, but I think we're going to see not a full-on reboot,
Soft,
but
yeah.
something in vain of what we see in Marvel Comics, a soft reboot. You know what I mean? A relaunch, basically.
Yeah.
After, Shazam, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman 1984 release, obviously, which is next year, funny enough. Where I was disappointed we didn't have any news whatsoever or any initiative stated from WB in regards to the DC line. Just new headlines saying Worlds of DC.
Yeah.
Which is confusing because I don't know if we're going with the multiverse or not, or
well, maybe not.
I like that too, but at the same time, it's just like you didn't give us a concrete plan. You're just saying like, oh, we're still being reactionary as usual. It's just like, what the heck? You know what I mean? I hope that isn't the case next year. You know what I mean? I hope they have an actual goal and an actual plan that can talk publicly.
You remind me of something, but before I say that, Double R said, well, we figured out that Robin in his mind was the one who got killed in BVS, as it showed he despised Dick Grayson, like how Christopher Nolan does.
You know, this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But you know a retcon I would love to see? And again, it's nothing against with Jared Leto. But if this upcoming Joker solo is a tie-in to DCU, I would love to see a scene where he kills Jared Leto's take on Joker, and we found out that wasn't really the Joker. That was actually Jason Todd.
Oh, what a twist!
But it'll be a good twist too. I mean, it won't be like what I would like to see, which is Red Hood. But
I just thought of something. You mentioned multiverses and all that, and one of the writers for Krypton confirmed all this is happening in Krypton. So I wonder what Krypton's gonna do. And I'm weirded that it's not part of the movie universe. It might as well be.
I hope it is. Where they can now soft relaunch the Superman franchise. I want to see Krypton be canonical in whichever direction is taking Superman, because it's sad that one sci-fi show can do a better job than the establishment that we've got with Superman's character in the DCU thus far. Again, this has come from someone who liked Man of Steel, but it was on BS, you know what I mean?
You're mentioning about Red Hood. Double R said, much like how Deadpool killed Barakapool in Deadpool 2.
Exactly. So see, Kyle understands where I'm coming from. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that happen, but I don't know. Like,
yeah, go ahead, ask me.
The very end, and that's what I want to bring up. Like, from what we talked thus far about not only that movie, but the semi-feature of the DCU from we know thus far, how do you personally feel?
I'm more hopeful. By 2021, I think we'll start seeing some positive. In terms of the DCEU, we'll start seeing some really good stuff finally. Once, because like Double R and you said, you can't fix it that quick. Unfortunately, you gotta. But I think they are fixing themselves. LPH said it's sad that the Arrowverse did a better job than the DCEU. Yeah, Flash, Arrow, those are actually better.
While in some current seasons they have declined, sadly,
some seasons of Arrow especially.
Their beginnings were better than DCU, if that's what he's establishing, because I completely 100% agree.
Is there anything, we got a few minutes?
Yep.
Let me throw, since, there's people in chat now, like you wanted to do, but since nobody was in the chat at that time, what are your questions? Ask us anything about DC and, related, or if it's unrelated, but still kind of, you know what I mean. Ask us questions, and we'll talk in the chat.
While we're waiting, like I know we talked about this earlier, but like it really ticks me off that we still in fandom see about people sadly getting pissed off about like a sex change or in regards to a change of ethnicity that it really shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, but my biggest problem with Hollywood, and I don't know if you would agree with me on this. My biggest issue with Hollywood is that in regards to casting, they only see white and African American. If we really believe in diversity,
Where's
white always seen also Latino
where's
and
Latinos and
Asian.
Asians? Yeah,
Exactly.
I thought you wanted diversity. Well, that's yeah.
That's actual diversity.
Because what you mentioned before, that's not really diversity. That's monochromatic. That's just
It's a
two.
start to diversity, but it's not full diversity. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, Double R has the first question, and
Okay.
you can keep asking questions until like
Till 7, yeah.
until we decide to plug before 7. So it's
Yeah.
still got to be like 10 minutes. I'll say 10 minutes. Okay.
10 minutes max, yeah. But what's the question?
Seeing as how Tom King's run of Batman is more like a successor to Nightfall, do you think Batman is going to break his one rule and kill Bane for botching his and Selena Kyle's wedding?
You know what? I think he is. Because of where I think that's what Bane's plan is. Because for people who don't remember, the first issue of Doomsday Clock, which has been confirmed to take place a year prior to where we were at the time of Rebirth, Batman was ousted as Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that's a good reason. Plus,
So maybe we might be seeing a mixture of Nightfall and what happened at the end of Arkham Knight. That it wasn't Batman that killed Bane, but due to Bruce Wayne being outed as Batman, he basically said F it and just killed Bane. Along with the other crap they did with ruining his marriage with Selena.
no witnesses.
Exactly. No, you
I
get
can
what
see
I'm
him
saying.
saying, yeah.
Wait, well, you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it also ties to what currently happened with Nightwing.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
god, the phone. Phone.
But
Go ahead.
you know what I'm saying, Jared? I think
the
it's
phone interrupted. Sorry.
I think because I agree with Kyle, and I've been saying this too. This looks like, say what you will and feel about King's entire run thus far. I feel like what Kyle just stated, it is a successor to Nightfall because I think it's even bigger than what happened in Nightfall because he's not actually breaking the back; he's breaking him metaphorically, emotionally, by destroying and killing the people that is close to him that he loves.
Yep.
I mean, if you think it's bad, I think it's gonna get worse.
What would this new Batman be? If he killed, can we start calling him Punished Batman?
No, we already have one. It's called Red Hood, and that's why he's better.
MGS5, it works better with Punished Batman.
But no, like it's gonna be interesting, like because if Batman is already ousted in Doomsday Clock, there has to be a successor after issue 100, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's gonna be Dick, or if Bruce is really at a point emotionally that he is, like he stated in Under the Red Hood, funny enough, that
Ooh, I just came up with an alternate theory.
That he can't come back. Would it be Jason Todd that takes up the mantle?
I just thought of something like that. Take out the mantle. He retires. Let's say he doesn't want to give up the suit, right?
Yes.
It's my suit, though. Ugh! Right?
Yep. Yep.
What, Jason or Dick, right? Whichever one. They make up their own suit, and it is maybe not straight up called the same thing, but maybe it looks a little too similar to Batman Beyond's.
Hey, I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
I would not mind that at all.
Double R said, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, like actually making Batman Beyond canonical in the mainline DC universe, I would love to see that.
Exactly, have him be officially in the main universe.
And before we get to Kyle's question,
no, he didn't say another question. He just commented.
Oh. Okay,
he said Bane is definitely one of the most methodical villains of all time.
Yep.
and Batman's basically he said he's the equivalent to Darkseid for Batman, while Darkseid is equivalent to Superman.
Thank you. You're not the only one that me and Jerry have been knowing that for years, Kyle.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not the
Because I
Joker.
hate
It's
when people
Bane.
say Joker is the automatic
Yeah.
equivalent to freaking Batman. He's not.
Y'all don't read enough. Then. Y'all.
No, clearly, and we're not taking that as a bad thing. We're
No.
just saying that as an actual statement. You don't really know the character if you don't actually read and look back at the character. He's not a detrimental figure to Batman. The only time he was actually, funny enough, the 1989 Batman film.
Yeah.
That was the only time. Actually, no, there was 2 times. That movie and the DTV release of Return of Joker. But those were the only 2 times that he was actually an actual equal threat to Batman. But it's funny you bring up Batman Beyond because, look, I know this upcoming DCU movie for Matt Reeves is going to be a good movie, nevertheless, whether it has Ben Affleck or not. I could care less about this movie. I feel you're the same too, right?
Yeah.
Because whether they're going with a different feel or a different influence in regards to various movies or whatever, it's still going to be the same crap that we've seen for the last 20 years.
By the way,
It's not going to be nothing new. It's not going to be exciting. It's not going to be different whether WB executives like the feel. If they want to make something different and do something drastic to the character, I have 3 options. You just said one of them. Batman Beyond. I have another one. Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Or if you really want to go with a different feeling but stay true to the canonical core of Batman, why don't you base it off the Batman or Robin one from Grant Morrison?
Yeah. Double R has another question, so...
Yeah, let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he says, now that Henry Cavill is out as Superman, who do you think his successor should be?
Up-and-comer. I can't see who, but I think for the best, it shouldn't be an established actor, you know what I mean? I think it should be like how Henry was when he was first casted back in 2011, an up-and-coming actor, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fresh face, you mean? Okay.
Yes. See, you know what I was talking about, but...
I'm trying to think... If he wasn't already in Krypton, I would have said the guy playing his grandpa. But
oh yeah, agreed.
And
that's not funny thing too. Like with Zod, it's just like Michael B. Jordan. I know it felt like them copying freaking Black Panther, but I could actually see him being a younger Zod too.
Yeah.
Like how they tried to do Zod's take in Man of Steel, like him being a sympathetic villain, even though he doesn't want to do it. He has to do what he has to do because he was designed that way pre-birth. You know what I mean?
If he was younger, I would have said, because now he's old now, he doesn't look like Superman anymore. But if he was younger, I would have said the guy who played Carter Grayson in Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
Because at that point, he definitely would have been, but now he's old. He doesn't look the same.
There are 2 actors. There were 2 actors I like to see. And funny enough, they both have backgrounds in DC. One was a side character in freaking Superman Returns as supposedly Lois Lane's fiance.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Former Cyclops actor.
Oh, yep.
I forget his name, but you know who I'm referring to.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I can see him as Superman. The other person, and it's shown that with the right script and the right tone, he can do a damn good hero. Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
He's back in the DC proper playing freaking Adam in the DC CW universe. I could see him perfectly coming back to playing the role of the Last Son of Krypton.
Yeah. We'll give you another shot. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what happened with Superman Returns is that I don't feel like, as much as of a diehard fan Bryan Singer was of the character, I don't think he was the right take. It's kind of like the same way, sadly, with Zack Snyder. Like, they both had intriguing takes, but they weren't the right choices, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you.
Like, funny enough, I would have given either Ben Affleck or, rightfully so, Robert Zemeckis is more of a shot of a Superman movie than what we got with Zack Snyder. And again, this has come from someone who likes Man of Steel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good. It's funny you bring that up too because I know people haven't asked yet, but since you asked about the Last Son of Krypton, how about the Cape Crusader himself? Since we've also heard that Ben Affleck might be gone from the character as well.
They want to do it. Double R said Gal Gadot is Diana Prince all the way.
Yes.
And he also said his wish, was for Jeffrey Dean Morgan to retain his role as Thomas Wayne going forward, but that is wishful thinking.
That could still happen because, for all we know, it could be a Elseworlds film.
Oh.
They could do it as an Elseworlds film. They don't have to tie it in as a Flash.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of comic book movies, which Marvel hasn't taken advantage of, but they can.
I wish they would actually.
Yeah, to do alternate.
Not as films, but as TV shows. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like this Krypton. Yeah.
That would be the best way, actually, with that upcoming service that they're doing, that streaming service. Don't make them as movies, but make them in lieu with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but have them be in different Elseworlds tales and stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they're not Elseworlds, they're what-if stories, but you get what I'm saying, yeah. And you know what?
With this last minute, go ahead.
Yes. I want to ask, like how we talked about, supposed casting for Superman. I know you and I are not the biggest fan of this character, but what about Batman?
What about Batman?
Because Ben Affleck sounds like more realistically.
Oh,
all the crap that.
Who should be Batman?
Rightfully so. That's why I can see Ian McGregor more, honestly.
Yes, I think he plays that better than a villain, straight up.
I wouldn't be mad, and I could see him doing a great job as freaking Black Mask, but him as the Bat. Or, as we found out, there was an actor that just confirmed publicly that he would love to, and he is shown to be a comic fan of the character, John Hamm.
John Hamm is, oh my God, yes.
Like he just confirmed that I
Kevin Smith has been saying John Hamm should be Batman for ages.
Years, yes.
Yeah.
And it's sad too because I would have loved to see Ben Affleck's redemption after the garbage fire that was freaking JL. And again, you and I liked JL, and I remember you and I seeing it. We loved JL was, but there were tones within that movie that just felt so off.
I was gonna say since it's the 10 minutes ran out for questions, but Double R snuck one in.
Good.
So this will be our last question, then we'll plug. Which DC animated originals should DC attempt next? What should they make as an animated series next?
I know which one. They're already doing the Death and Return of Superman.
Again, yes.
But better, more comic characters.
Yeah.
Like
than Doomsday, which I still liked, but you're right.
Okay,
Mr. Get Bad outside revenue.
You know which comic event's tied to that main event, right?
Golly,
Green Lantern, Emerald, Twilight.
Oh, that'd be dope. Speaking of Green Lantern, they could what's that one where Cal Jordan becomes evil? Is that it?
I'm sorry.
Where Parallax possesses him.
Yeah, that's Emerald Twilight.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I was gonna say. It's like, wait a minute. I think that's the one you just said. Yeah. That's definitely the one I want to see. Yes.
Yeah, and it'll make sense too because that is literally tied into the Death and Return after Mongol literally destroys freaking Coast City with a warship. You know what I mean?
LPH said he would definitely like to see that too. As for me, you said Emerald Twilight. I know which one. They did. I know. Actually, no. I just thought of another one. They already did Tower of Babel with Doom, technically, even though it wasn't close to the comic, really.
Right, but it was still a great movie in itself.
Yeah. So I'll leave that one off the table. Kingdom Come, just do it.
No, dude. I just realized something. Don't do it as an animated feature.
As a series.
As a series, but imagine being a live-action film.
I want to see it as an animated series.
But like Either Way will be awesome, you know. I mean, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I personally want to see it as a series. All right, so let's plug.
Okay.
What you got, Jeff?
Well, as
Or
for
what?
me, since
Where
I
can we
switched,
find you?
first off, since I switched from Twitch to YouTube, for those who haven't catched up on my social media space like twitter.com/Jeff, I've changed my schedule from every week streaming to every.
Other
Is
week?
it fair to say every 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
said.
So
Oh.
no, I just want to make sure that sounds right. You know what I mean? But yeah, every 2 weeks I'm now streaming on over on YouTube Gaming, which I gotta say for me, it's been working a heck of a lot better on my end than how I used to stream on Twitch. So that's a good thing. So you can catch me over on YouTube.com. I think it's gaming.youtube.com/16bitjeff. I will provide a link at the end or either under the Geek Fighters actual page of Twitch. So you can check that out. You can also check us out over on our Discord server, which the link is provided under the current video play you're watching right now. And that is honestly, as always I've stated, if you always have to get in contact with either myself, Ikaricast, or Double RPG, that is the quickest and easiest way to get in contact with us.
Yeah, for us, especially because especially when we have to delay the stream or something, we'll always update the Discord. Not only for ours, but for personal, like you said.
Yes.
Double
So
R
while
says
we do
he.
use
Yeah, go ahead.
Facebook and Twitter, that is still the easiest and more efficient way to get in contact with either us as a group or as individuals.
And all you gotta do is scroll down and click that big TGF logo.
And speaking of streaming, tomorrow I will be streaming The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt over on YouTube at 2 p.m. And later that day at 5 p.m., we will be streaming. What will we be streaming, Jared?
Double R, are we streaming Ghostbusters or Suikoden? I think it's Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because I think you said you want to do a shorter game first before we do a big game like that, which I completely understand. So look forward to that.
Oh no, he said Suikoden. Okay.
Oh, I think he said when we get near to Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Long story short, we're doing both, but we're doing Suikoden first, and then taking a break from Suikoden to do a
Ghostbusters on Halloween.
Ghostbusters for Halloween.
Oh, Ghostbusters is next week. Okay.
Next week. Okay. Thank you for the confirmation, Kyle. So, as you heard, you know the next two games we're playing. So look forward to that over at twitch.tv/thegeekfighters.
Double R said he wants to see. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
He wants to see an animated adaptation of No Man's Land. LPH mentioned Nightfall. And as for me, you can find me on Twitter, Twitch. I haven't stopped Twitch, but I'm taking a break for this year because reasons.
Yeah, personal
Twitter,
reasons. Same
Twitch,
way as me too.
Instagram, Facebook. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all Fighter Cows. Same name, Fighter Cows. Fighter XAOS, all one word.
It's no longer Ricardo Radio, right, Jerry?
Yeah, it only took me a couple years to change it. Like my PSN, I can't change until Sony fixes it.
Yeah, don't get me started on supposed rumor that was posted earlier today.
Yeah. So, Fighter Cows everywhere. Join the Discord. Read my webcomics. If you go to my Twitch page, even though I'm not streaming this year, everything under there, all those links are still accurate and current. So, and everything is there. So, if you really don't know, just go to my Twitch page and look at all those links on the bottom. And that's me.
Okay. Well, we basically plugged Kyle because we basically said what the next two games.
Double RPG reviews. He's right there in the chat.
Yep.
He wants an animated Maximum Carnage from Marvel, but
that's never gonna happen.
But yeah, that's what he said. That's
what I know, but because of Disney, that's never gonna happen.
That's exactly what he wrote too.
If you want his details, you can look at the bottom of the page of the current video player.
Yeah, because it links to his Twitch, and then from there, yeah.
Yeah, and you can check him over on youtube.com/WRPG reviews for all of his walkthroughs, all of his 2-cent videos, and
his giant Final Fantasy project.
Yes, which he's been busting his hide off since.
And he said he'll be playing Trails of Cold Steel 2 tonight.
Oh, good. What time? Is it the usual time at 8, or is it 10 p.m. tonight?
That's a good question. Double R. As we wait for his answer. 10 p.m.
Okay, so look forward to
Eastern.
that at 10 p.m. EST tonight over at twitch.tv/WRPG Reviews. Let's continue playthrough of Trails of Cold Steel 2.
And that's it for the Geek Fires. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 on this very channel for Suikoden, a legendary Konami RPG.
Yes.
When Konami made RPGs.
Wait, there was a time?
Well, all right, Jeff, sign us out, and I'll say the 2 words.
I'm 60-bit Jeff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for not only my stream at 2 p.m., but as well as with the Geek Fighters over here on Twitch.tv at 5 p.m. for our debut of Suikoden. See you guys then. And Jerry, what are your 2 final words?
Nimyu. Kanyo.
See ya.